we're here with Jerry Chavers.
Yeah,
Here near Milton, Florida,
yeah. Talking about,
up north of Coldwater Creek, right?
yeah, north of Coldwater Creek.
And we're talking about Redbug Black, who was a legendary hunter in this area.
Yeah,
Lived over on the Whitingfield Road cutoff. It went around the.
yeah.
Okay, what were you telling me about his hunting dogs?
His hunting dogs were trained so well that he could load them all up in the back of loose in the back of a pickup truck. And he could call them out to get off the truck one at a time, and the rest of them wouldn't get off. And if the dog jumped a fox and run it back and forth under the truck, not a dog would get out. They might whine and look, but they didn't get out. Unless he called and told them to get out.
He had to be a tremendous dog trainer and hunter.
He had a 14-foot cow drag with a popper on the end. And if a dog got out that he didn't want to get out, they thought he could outrun him because he'd take that cow drag and he didn't do this. He'd do this.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. Bring it up under him. Because that's where the soft pot is. And he could go in the pen night, 14, 15 dogs in his pen. Each one of them had a bowl. He'd walk in with a great big 5-gallon bucket, fill each one of them bowl up, every dog sit there. Never one of them started to eat. We got off through all of them, come back out. When he stepped out, he'd say, okay, they'd eat. They didn't go over and bother that dog. They ate their food, and that's all they ate.
And you were telling me that Redbug Black had some daughters?
Yeah,
what did that
2 daughters.
And some of those were people you dated way back when.
Well, it was a funny date. I was in high school, one grade ahead of a couple of grades ahead of his youngest daughter. And I would ride my bicycle from the old Canal Street High School up to the new Ernest Amos High School because she was going up there. And I'd get there just in time to pass a note through the bus window. And that was our romance.
Well, that's a pretty weak romance.
It is, but we have stayed friends all these years.
Isn't that great?
It is great.
And she was Redbug's daughter.
Redbug's daughter.
And Redbug's a legend.
Yeah, and she was the prettiest little girl I'd ever seen in my life.
Well, probably still is.
She's
Pretty good-looking girl.
I bet. A very beautiful girl.
Well, we ought to talk to her about Redbug's life and times, because Roy Allen was telling me all about Redbug. Can you tell me any special stories about Redbug?
He used to drink a lot. And one time he belonged to a hunting club. Everybody around, all my brother Ray belonged to it, and they were having some kind of a banquet. And it was in Redbug's honor. Yeah. He got up to make a speech, and they'd all been hitting the bottle pretty heavy, everybody that was there. And this is my brother telling me this. He said he got up to say something, and he crawled from one end of the table to the other. Stood up on the table and said, I want everybody to know I appreciated myself, and passed out.
So he was known to drink.
He was known to drink, yeah.
But he was also known as one of the most fantastic hunters.
Yes, he was.
In the area.
Well, they did a lot of fox hunting.
Yeah.
You don't hear about that much, but they did a lot of fox hunting. They loved to go get their dogs running and sit around a fire and listen to their dogs run.
Now, we went by the old house, and it's like a little wood frame house.
Oh, big wood frame house.
It's abandoned now, though.
Well, it had a big old front porch on it. Now, the old man, Frank's dad, he could sit on that front porch with a shotgun. And you know what a bull bat is? You sit out at night and you see these bats come out there.
Oh, yeah, bull bat, yeah.
He could stand there and kill bull bats just like that.
With a 22?
With that shotgun.
Just
one way through, and a bull bat flies like this.
Yeah.
chasing bugs. Never missed.
Huh.
And he was such a good shot that when he went out, he was wiping out quail, cubbies. He was such a good shot that when the cubby quail get up, he never missed a shot.
Get them all.
Yeah. And they got to
They had to put a limit on
they got to worrying about it. How they could keep him from wiping out all the quail in the county. So what they did is they started asking him, well, how do you shoot? You know, do you shut one eye, or do you look both eyes, or what do you do? And he got to thinking about it. Got to where he couldn't hit him. He was just shooting instinctively without thinking about it, and he was hitting them every shot. But they got to asking him about,
What's it?
and you get to thinking about something. How am I doing it?
And then he blew his whole
Blew
system.
his whole idea.
Oh man, well, that's pretty neat. Redbug Black had to have been a pretty impressive guy. I'm glad that I picked up on that story. I'll have to tell Roy Allen I've heard some more.
He always he liked to get the kids fireworks, 4th of July. Mm-hmm. One year we had to have a big party out there, and he had I think he spent $150, $200 on fireworks, and in those days that was a lot of money.
It'd be a lot of money. That'd be like a
Had them all in this great big old box out there.
Yeah.
And he walked around and he got the sparklers, lit them, handed them to all the kids. Mm-hmm. All standing around talking, laughing. The kids are waving. And one kid walked over and dropped his sparkler in the box. That stuff started cooking off. There would be Roman candles shooting straight across the ground. There was those whistling devils. There'd be people running all over the place with those whistling devils chasing them. And one of the skyrockets went up and went to his barn, set his barn on fire.
Oh no! Did he lose the barn?
We got it out.
Oh.
But there must have been 25, 30 people there, and they were running in every direction because there was stuff going everywhere.
I wonder how he got the name Redbug.
I have no idea.
No idea. It's a good name though. If you're gonna name somebody something,
yeah,
that's a good name.
His name was F.B. Frank Redbug Black. Yeah.
Well, that's Jerry Chavers telling us about Redbug. Thank you, Jerry.